In his first steps with the Pittsburgh Steelers, Aaron Rodgers is impacting the team in many ways. But Rodgers won't be on the field in Saturday's preseason game against the Buccaneers, according to a post on X by Brooke Pryor. Rodgers, who has been having fun as he gets accustomed to his new teammates, will take the opportunity to watch and learn against Tampa Bay on Saturday. QB Aaron Rodgers still trying to fit in. It hasn't all been roses for Rodgers as he navigates a new team once again. The veteran quarterback didn't like rookie running back Caleb Johnson running the wrong route in practice, according to a post on X by Alex Kozora. Aaron Rodgers drops the football dropping back. Wants Caleb Johnson left flat, but passes wide. Rodgers is upset and says a couple things to Johnson after the play. #Steelers. Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin tried to brush the incident aside after practice, according to Marca.com. Caleb's a young player, Tomlin said. These are the moments where you grow. Aaron expects a lot, and that's part of why he's been successful. Also, Rodgers has been struggling with the NFL helmet safety rules, according to ESPN. I don't like it, no, Rodgers said. I'm trying to change. We're in the process still. It looks like a damn spaceship out there. We got to change it. The face mask doesn't fit the helmet because that's an old face mask. Obviously, just like I'm old, but we're trying to find the right helmet right now. I've worn a shut for 20 years, and somehow it finally didn't pass the safety standard. Furthermore, Rodgers said he's trying to navigate all the younger guys in his first steps with the Steelers, according to HindustanTimes.com. One of the weird things is I'm 21 years in the league, Rodgers said. So I'm over there, asking myself, who do I know on Jacksonville? I was kind of looking around doing the Joe Biden, and then joined up with Cam Hayward and TJ Watt. The venue is different, as is the opponent, but Mike Tomlin is treating the Pittsburgh Steelers' second preseason game much like the first. Tomlin said Tuesday he will rest most of his veteran players when the Steelers play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on Saturday night at Acrisure Stadium. The same healthy 15 players who did not dress against Jacksonville likely won't see the field against Tampa Bay. The same goes for 8 players who didn't suit up because of injury. The list of healthy scratches will include quarterback Aaron Rodgers, left guard Isaac Seumalo, running back Jaylen Warren, wide receiver DK Metcalf, and tight ends Pat Freiermuth and Jonnu Smith. On defense, those not playing will include defensive tackle Cameron Hayward, who is holding in during training camp, linebacker Patrick Queen, outside linebackers TJ Watt and Alex Highsmith, and cornerbacks Joey Porter Jr., Darius Slay and Jalen Ramsey, and safety Deshaun Elliott. We definitely want to play, Elliott said. But shoot, he has a plan for us. He has everything lined up for us. We're going to do our job, and he's going to do his job. Added Queen. I don't care. If they tell me to play, I'll play. If not, I'm definitely not trippin'. Tomlin did not mention kicker Chris Boswell, who also is holding in and not participating in practice because of a desire for a new contract. One veteran who could play Saturday is outside linebacker Nick Herbig, who sat out the opener. We'll make our decisions on a week-to-week basis based on development and performance, Tomlin said. As I have mentioned repeatedly in this process, different guys need different amounts of work to be ready, and in an effort for us to evaluate their talent or what they are capable of. Players dealing with injuries before the Jacksonville game included Highsmith, Calvin Austin III, Will Howard, Ryan McCullum, Calvin Anderson, Dante Kent, and Corey Trice Jr. McCullum, the team's backup center, is a candidate to play against Tampa Bay. I don't want to exclude anyone at this juncture, Tomlin said. One thing we definitively want to do is give guys an opportunity to participate in the game. With Mason Rudolph scheduled to start again this weekend, it increases the likelihood that Rodgers won't play in the preseason. We'll make decisions regarding next week, based on totality of a lot of things, Tomlin said. The NFL preseason is always about discovery. For the Pittsburgh Steelers, this year's evaluation process carries extra weight. Coaches aren't just calling plays, they're searching for answers, testing depth, and figuring out which players can handle the lights when the games don't count, but the reps mean everything. After trading away a stud like George Pickens and acquiring superstar DK Metcalf, it was clear the organization needed someone from within to step forward and round out their receiving core. On Saturday night against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Roman Wilson may have done just that. Wilson, a second-year receiver out of Michigan, had himself an exceptional showing. He led the Steelers in production, recording 2 receptions for 72 yards, numbers that pop not only on the stat sheet but on the film as well. His outburst was surprising to some, but for those who've been tracking his progress since training camp, this was the kind of performance that felt long overdue. Head coach Mike Tomlin and the rest of the staff have been vocal about Wilson's talent since the day he arrived. The issue, however, hasn't been ability, it's been confidence. They've urged him repeatedly to get out of his own head and trust what he can do. Saturday night, in front of a packed stadium and a team desperate for someone to step up, Wilson finally let it fly. The Pittsburgh Steelers must continue to check Roman Wilson's temperature this preseason. And the timing couldn't have been better. Calvin Austin III, a speed threat who many expected to be a big part of the offense, has been sidelined with an abdominal injury. That left an opening in the rotation, and Wilson grabbed it with both hands. He showed poise, separation ability, and the kind of playmaking instinct that could make him a trusted option once the regular season begins. Yes, the Steelers lost the game 17-14, but sometimes the final score is the least important story of a preseason contest. What matters is growth, and Roman Wilson showed growth in a way that should excite both the coaching staff and Steelers Nation. Think about it. After a year of sitting beneath the surface, Wilson has begun to show flashes of being the dependable, versatile weapon the Steelers envisioned when they drafted him. He's hungry, determined, and clearly intent on climbing the depth chart. More importantly, he's giving quarterback Aaron Rodgers another option to lean on as Pittsburgh works to build chemistry in its revamped offense. If used the right way, Wilson's momentum can be more than just a preseason storyline. It can carry over into meaningful snaps and meaningful drives once the games count for real. The Steelers are trying to craft a balanced attack that blends Metcalf's star power with steady contributions from the supporting cast. A confident Roman Wilson could be the missing link to make it all click. The preseason isn't about wins and losses. It's about uncovering players who can change the narrative when the season arrives. On Saturday night, Roman Wilson took a big step toward becoming that player for Pittsburgh, and his timing couldn't have been more perfect. The Pittsburgh Steelers have long been rumored to be in the market for another receiver. Even after the play of Roman Wilson in training camp and preseason, the Steelers could still add a pass catcher to add more proven talent to the unit. One name that has been connected to Pittsburgh dating back to last offseason is John Metchie of the Houston Texans. The former second-round pick out of Alabama had been buried on the depth chart in Houston behind Stephon Diggs and Tank Dell, as well as star number 1 target Nico Collins. The Texans drafted both Jaden Higgins and Jalen Noel this past April, which didn't bode well for Metchie. And while the Steelers could have potentially made a move for him, they were beaten to the punch. The Texans have traded Metchie to the Philadelphia Eagles in exchange for tight end Harrison Bryant and a day 3 pick swap. Metchie was drafted in the second round of the 2022 NFL Draft, but missed his rookie season due to battling blood cancer. He has 40 catches over the last 2 seasons.